If you want this guy to be able to respect you, you have to be able to cut this guy off. And let me explain to you what I actually mean by this. Sending that long text message and trying to make him understand how you feel does nothing. When you cut him off completely, when you put actions in place instead of telling him how you feel over and over again, this is when he is actually going to get it. He's going to understand, hey, this woman is playing no games with me. If I have bad behavior, she is willing to leave at any moment. Men don't respect a woman that stays after continuous bad behavior with no consequences or no actions. He will respect you when you finally leave and don't put up with his. In my new book, The Power of Silence, I teach you what silence does to a man, why you should go silent, and when to actually go silent. It's helped hundreds of women already. Go snag yours right now.
Why do so many men avoid their wives?
The short answer is because that man does not feel good around his wife. They've got something in between them in the relationship, a block, a wall that's stopping them from connection. And when he's around her, he feels like he's less than the man he is in other situations. Maybe he feels like the man at work. Maybe he feels like the man when he's out for beers with his boys. But when he's around his woman, he doesn't feel like he's the man. That crushes a man's soul over time. And if that's the situation he has at home, I can guarantee you he's going to be spending less time at home than he probably wants to. Let me know if you agree with me down below in the comments.
You know, I think the thing that a lot of men are tired of is modern women continue to demand chivalry, but they're not respecting the man being chivalrous. You know, a man might open the door and she'll act annoyed with the man, right? It's like it's offensive. He did something wrong. The man will pay for dinner and she act like that's the bare minimum. Like, you can't demand traditional effort, a traditional lifestyle from a man while mocking him, while acting like, even, and some women are like, oh, well, that's just how I am. That's just how I was raised. I didn't mean to do that. Maybe so, but even at that, the way that you're acting and the way that you're portraying yourself, you need to get a hold of that, because the way that you put yourself out there, the man is going to think, oh, she really don't like that. Oh, she really, you know, that's not something that she's into. So let me pull back. I guess I'll go in a different direction. And then you get surprised that he stopped doing the stuff that you wanted him to do secretly, because you the only one know what's in your mind. But the way you was acting was like, well, I really don't like that. I want this type of man. You got to get it together.
I know we live in this day and age now where you come off looking like a creep if you approach someone that you think is attractive, let alone asking for their name or their number or their Instagram. And as much as I blame creeps, the weirdos that have ruined this bold, confident move that once was, I also blame the influencers. 100%. I just think of the gym ones, the ones that get approached, and a simple no, I'm not interested is enough for the guy who's only asking you if you're done using that machine that you spent 2 hours getting good angles in. But no, you have to post about how you were creepily approached by some guy that was staring at your accentuated gym. Like, of course he's gonna look. There is such thing as just going on a bad date with someone you're incompatible with. It's incompatibility. It's all it really is. But clearly that was unpleasant and inconvenient enough for you to come out with this whack attack of a story, something that could easily get mistaken for harassment, depending on how you describe the experience. And all it really was, it was just a bad date. Like, you're a right fit for someone, you're just not a right fit for this person. So don't ruin their life.
What's going on, fellas? Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment down below. Let's get back to the video.
The thing about being a strong, independent woman is that it's really difficult to find love, because men love to be needed, and men fall in love with women who make them feel that they are needed. And if you're strong and you're independent and you don't need a man, they kind of feel useless. I see the never-ending battle between, you know, you're a strong, powerful woman in the workplace, you're constantly in your masculine energy. There's all this talk about masculine and feminine energy these days. It's great. But then in your personal life, you want to be feminine and you want to be in your feminine energy, but you're incapable of allowing a man to provide that for you, because this this is how you are. This is your defense mechanism. That's what's got you where you are. That's what's given you success in the workplace. It's hard to just switch that off and then in a personal context be something else. It's a fine line to navigate. But I do see a lot of professional women who find it really difficult to find partners.
You know, these modern women are saying they want a man who courts. They want a man who knows how to date properly, knows how to plan a date, knows how to do all of that stuff. And that's fantastic. I think for me, it's just that I have to do all of this and you just got to show up. Well, I went to work. I had to do this. So did I. Well, my car was broken and this had happened and so many troubles. Same. I had to fix my car too, or make sure it's not broken now, but it was once. And the employer didn't care. The women that I was dating before didn't care. That was my problem as far as they were concerned. And I'm not trying to be rude, but I don't really even know you. And so that's not you expecting to just, well, I'm just a girl and I just should be able to show up. No, you got to bring something to the table.
I'm going out this weekend. Probably won't be back until late.
Okay, where to?
A short trip with Alex.
Your male best friend.
He's like a brother, Ethan. Don't start.
I'm not starting anything. I'm just clarifying what you're asking me to be comfortable with.
This is exactly what I mean. You're being insecure.
I'm not being insecure. I just want to understand. Insecure men compete. Secure men don't argue for their place. They decide whether the environment respects it.
So you don't trust me now?
Trust isn't blind tolerance. Trust works inside boundaries, not outside of them.
Nothing is happening. You're reading into it.
I don't read intentions. I read patterns, optics, and consequence.
He's always been there for me.
Orbiters usually are. That's what makes them orbiters. Availability without accountability.
That's insulting.
It's descriptive. Keeping men close just in case doesn't make me special. It makes me provisional.
So I'm not allowed to have male friends now?
You can have any friends you want. I'm just not staying where I'm an option.
What are you saying? Wow, you're really controlling.
Control is telling you what to do. Boundaries are telling you what I accept.
So what, this is an ultimatum?
No, it's alignment. I don't negotiate self-respect.
You'd really walk away over this?
I value myself too much to compete for a role I already earned.
Ethan.
When I commit, I'm the only plan. And I don't stay where I'm optional.
Straight male fashion is genuinely so cooked. I had just seen this video the other day.
It's not fair. Women get all these clothing options and men just have like nothing. And if you don't like get into male fashion, they're like, you basically just wear like graphic tees and jeans.
It's because a lot of these straight men are afraid of getting mad about zesty outfits and skirts, talking about how designers are demasculating men, and talking about individuals dressing like divas. It didn't always used to be this way though. You go back a couple decades and you will see men in outfits that today they probably would never consider wearing. Flash forward to now, and these straight men are afraid of things that they probably would have wore if they were the same age in the 1970s. Honestly, straight male fashion now is really just waiting for other straight men to tell you that something is okay. They were calling out that zesty guy the other day in his outfit right here, bedazzled jeans and moon boots. And when you go back a couple years ago, they were making fun of people like Lil Uzi popping out in shoes like that. Bedazzled jeans, that was something just for women. If you want to discover more things in men's fashion, you just got to break the shackles of really just homophobia. It's really that simple.
You really see a lot more men moving away from relationships and moving away from drama, moving away from nonsense. A lot of men choosing to check out. A lot of men out here really honestly, truly, and intentionally searching for peace, right? And so a man could go from coming home to somebody that's disrespectful, coming home to somebody that's demanding, getting nothing, to a completely silent home, a completely silent existence. And while it may take some time to adjust, once a man is able to kind of simmer down and think straight, he begins to move in alignment or get back on track with what he was doing before he met you. And true enough, during the relationship, he was trying to say, okay, let me get her handled and let me go back to what I was doing. Let me go back to running down my goals, tracking my vision and trying to chase that vision down. But every single time he got back on track, here you come. Foolishness. Not allowing him to get back to where he needed to be in order to take care of you.
When a girl has a crush, why is it in our genetic makeup to pretend like we absolutely hate them? I swear to God, as soon as you get a crush, it's like when you see them, you shut down and you avoid eye contact.
There's always been a debate amongst men about choosing signals. Should you wait for her to choose you, or do you just walk up on your own terms? I've always been a big proponent of just walking up. I don't need another woman to green light my shot or green light my confidence. And in that video, that woman pretty much sums it up. If she's attracted to you, she may not even look at you. If anything, as you're walking closer to her, she may put her head down because she's nervous. This just goes to show a lot of you watching this right now have had girls attracted to you. You were attracted to them. But the fact that they weren't sending over obvious choosing signals, you stayed where you're at and you missed out on a good opportunity. This is why it's so important to have the skill of cold approaching, because every single approach you make, the girl may not make it easy on you. So if you have the skills to walk up to any girl that you want and say, hey, what's good? This will higher the chances of you meeting somebody opposed to you waiting for them to make it easy for you and choose you. If you're a guy watching this and you're recently divorced, out of a breakup, I personally want to help you get back into the dating game. There's a video in my bio. Give that a watch and I'll be talking to you soon.
We live in a generation where women had to become the man. Right. We're living in a generation where many women didn't choose to be this strong, and they were forced to become it. They had to step up, handle everything, solve problems, provide, protect, and carry responsibilities that were never supposed to fall only on them. Not because they wanted to replace anyone, but because they had no other option. And over time, that changes a woman. She becomes independent, more guarded, more focused on surviving than on feeling. But then people ask, why isn't she soft? Why isn't she calm, feminine, and at peace? Because she's tired of doing everything alone, tired of not having real support, tired of being strong all the time. And the truth is, a woman can be soft, but only where she feels safe. You can't expect softness from someone who's constantly in survival mode. Because when a woman has to become everything on her own, she doesn't lose her femininity. She just learns how to protect it.
And what modern women are not understanding is that they keep on asking for a good man. Why can't I find a good man? Where's a good man at? Yada, yada, yada. A lot of these men be standing right in front of your face. They'll always be there. And you get comfortable with the man always being there. You start taking the man for granted. And then one day he realizes, me being here doesn't really mean anything to her. Me giving her all of these things doesn't really mean anything to her. She doesn't appreciate what I'm doing. Why am I still here? So then, when he actually leaves and he don't come back, all of a sudden you're confused because the man is finally choosing himself. The man is finally choosing peace versus messing around with you. And the window that you had to do right is all of a sudden closed. And y'all don't understand, good men can get tired too. They get tired getting disrespected, and a lot of times it might not necessarily be, oh, I was outright disrespecting him, calling him crazy to his face. But just the fact that you don't appreciate anything that he does. I never get a thank you. Never get any cards from you. Nothing, ever. For literally decades. You expect me to keep on doing that with no appreciation. I'd say you.
This is the harsh reality of your ex coming back, and this is the part that they don't tell you. If that woman leaves you, she goes off with another man, she has another relationship, she has another situationship, she has another fling. The only reason why she comes back to you is not because she just missed you and she realized she up and she realized that you was the best thing that ever happened to her or whatever it may be. The thing that sparks the thought in her brain on why she needs to come back is because that that she ran off to, or that that she with now, did not pan out to be what she wanted him or wanted them to be. And that's why she's circling back and with you now. And if you are accepting of that, that's okay. I don't judge you. A grown man, you do whatever you want to do with your life. But do not trick yourself into thinking that this lady was just at church, she was just watching TV, she was at home by herself, and she was reminiscing on all the thoughts and all the memories, and she just wanted to come back and she love you and all that. She may love you, she may care about you, and she may want to be with you again. But do not leave the part out of your mind that the reason why she circled back to be with you is because the next man, the new man, the other guys, the new woman, or whatever the she liked did not pan out to what she wanted it to be. And now she's back at your doorstep. That's the harsh reality of what it is when you guys think that you're getting your ex back, or when you think in your mind that you want that woman back.
Men don't want to chase you. They don't want to play chase at all. They want to play tag. They want someone who's going to get them back. They want someone who's going to make them faster, stronger, more strategic, someone who's going to challenge them. Like, imagine being a kid at a playground and another kid comes up to you and asks if you want to play, and you're like, what do you want to play? And they're like, chase. And you're like, cool, how's that go? I chase you, and then what? And then they're like, and then you just keep chasing me forever. What the is that? That's the most boring game ever. If you want to chase back.
I think here's what modern women, they don't seem to get is, you know, you have a guy that's texting you good morning. The man is, you know, picking up the tab a lot of times. He's planning the dates and all that other stuff. You know, he some of these guys are driving across town. Some of these guys are driving to another city. I want to reiterate, they're picking up the tab. I mean, paying for everything, asking follow-up questions, remembering everything that you said. But for some reason, you think that you don't have to do anything in a relationship. Number one. Number two, in a lot of those situations, modern women will straight up friend-zone that guy. Will straight up friend-zone him. The man did everything that you were, you know, asking him to do, and then you'll friend-zone him. You tell me how that's gonna work. You tell me who you gonna find that's gonna do everything that man was doing for you, and be happy to do it. That's what they think until 30 rolls around. Oh, I got time. 35 rolls around. Oh, I got time. I can extend my time if I freeze my eggs. 35, 36, 37, 38, 40 rolls around. And now you're like, dang. I recently heard one woman say, you know, I'm kind of the black sheep of the family. I think she was like 50 or almost 50. I'm the black sheep of the family. I'm always messing stuff up. I thought I'd be married by now, but, you know, I'm messing up everything. Everybody else is married, and, you know, me being single is kind of destroying that whole, basically the whole vibe, which, you know, not really. You don't need to be rushing into things just because you feel like you're the odd man out or you're the third wheel. That's the quickest way to get into trouble, right? But we can say that you've probably been messing around and wasting time in your younger years, and maybe that did contribute to you being in the position that you're in today.
What if I told you that not trying to make marriage an idol is what's actually keeping you single? Hear me out. There's a set of women who are like, hide me. Take the desire away, Lord, if this is not what you want from me. I don't want to see a man. I'm just going to be at your feet, and it's just going to be me and you, Jesus. Then you're like, dang, I'm 40, 50 years old. I'm still not married. You're going back and forth. That double-mindedness, that don't work. Then there's women who, you know, open to dating, picking wrong, even men in the church falling into sin, right? And you're like, I can't do this. So guess what? I'm going to get another degree. I'm going to make this money, start another business. Okay, I'm going to take 2 to 3 more trips, 1 international, and I'm going to start 5 new positions at the church and live my life. And guess what? Time passes and you're still single. Let me tell you something. God gave you that desire for marriage. It is okay. You're not doing anything wrong. You just have to learn how to date appropriately. You need to learn how to attract the kingdom spouse. You have to learn how to partner with the Holy Spirit and let him align you. And hear me good. That does not mean you're making marriage an idol. There are more Christian single women that are supposed to be married. It does not take this long. I know from experience, and now I know from my research. There are women who allow God to align them to their spouse. It happens suddenly, and I'm going to teach you exactly how to do it. Here's one reason why men don't want to open up to women anymore. It's because when they try to air out their grievances with us, we can't hear what they're trying to say. Because we're so busy trying to justify what actually happened or prove that we were right in that moment and that he's wrong, that we can't hear what he's trying to say. Now, here's the thing. I'm not trying to be judgmental because I know from experience as well. But what I've also come to realize is that the only thing that matters in that moment is validating his experience.
validating his feelings, his opinions, his thoughts, his requests if he has them. It's not trying to prove a point. It's not trying to throw things back in his face. It's not trying to throw a temper tantrum. It's none of that. It's just hearing what he is actually saying without throwing a fit. We try to get men to try to open up and be vulnerable and come talk to us and all the things. But if he can't speak what's on his mind and it land in a safe space and him not be judged for it or him not be met back with so much resistance, he's going to take a mental note, store it up, and he's going to move differently in the future. So that's just what it is. Yes, there will be time for you to air out your own grievances and to prove your points. There will be time for that. It's just that it's not right now.
You also have to look at another issue where you have a lot of guys out here are hearing, I deserve a man who does X, Y, and Z. The problem with that is that a lot of women, man, they can barely figure out who they are. You know, their life is not really together. They know, kind of what they want because they see it on TV, but they're not really where they need to be honest. And we can go from, well, this is where I want to be, because there's a lot of people that want to be here, a lot of different places, but we're just talking about where you need to be in order to get a man that you're wanting, or that honestly and truly, once again, that you need. A lot of modern women are not there. You're not even halfway there. There's a lot of stuff that you need to do before you even come close to needing to starting to talk to a man that you actually need. This is stuff that you actually need. We're not even talking about the stuff that you want. Practice? I'm talking about practice, man.
As a man, as a masculine in the relationship, it's your job to bloom the feminine. Like, a man can love from a loyalty perspective different than a woman because he's the initiator and he can have his mission and his thing in life going. And if the woman's not as responsive, he can still love her. But for a woman, for the relationship to for the man to not be feeding into her in love and nurturing the relationship, her love because it has to be watered. And I think that's where guys get this confusion thinking, oh, women can't love unconditionally. The better way to think about this is that a woman is a responder.
Because women need something, her partner, her children, whatever, to pour her feminine qualities into.
Right.
Feminine qualities can be enjoyed just by the woman herself, but they're more beneficial to her and to everybody if she is pouring them onto the people that she cares about.
And modern women expect you to commit to them, right? Modern women really, honestly, they want control over commitment is really what they want. They want control over your access to them, and they want control over their commitment. So they want all of the cards, which is, oh, I'm strong and independent. I don't need no man. And this and that. I can choose this man. I got this man on my roster. He does this. I got this man that does that. And I can choose any one of them whenever I would like to. Right. You can do all of that and have a fantastic life. People doing things for you. I don't know what they got going on. That might be an arrangement that you guys enjoy in some instances for a number of years. But then you, at one point in time, and this is where you get into trouble. At one point in time, you want them. At some point in time, you want a man, even if it's not that man, you want a man to commit to you, right? Unfortunately for you, that man has been seeing you act a fool out there, and now you're wondering why this man won't commit to you, why this man won't propose to you, why this man won't marry you. I've been seeing you act a fool, and a lot of men see that. They see you out here playing the field, roaming around, and then saying, I'm going to continue to roam around. You're not even doing it in private, right? They see all the stuff you're doing, and they say, I don't think so. I don't want to marry a woman like that. If she's going to be out here messing with this guy and that guy, it's not the type of woman that I want. You got women out here trying to take a man for all of his money. I don't want that. That's not something that I'm looking for. You're not doing anything to be...
We live in a time where masculinity in women is praised, while masculinity in men is ridiculed. A culture where feminine men are celebrated, but feminine women are mocked. And in the process, we've dismantled beauty, chivalry, and the essence of romance. People have mastered the act of sex, or some version of it, but have forgotten what it means to pursue romance, embrace healthy gender roles, or build a lasting, committed relationship. Instead, they fall into bed quickly, then wonder why they're still unmarried, unfulfilled, and alone. There is a moral design for dating, engagement, and marriage. But if you continue to follow the script handed to you by today's culture, don't be surprised when you find yourself middle-aged, wounded, and aching for real love.
I think the part that nobody wants to say out loud, or modern women don't really want to say out loud, is that, you know, their choices really do have consequences, right? And even though you're thinking that men are obligated to rescue you from those choices, the fact of the matter is they're not. A lot of these modern women go out here and they choose a stable guy last. They put him as, you know, last place, last position. Oh, I'll get to him later. And they go out there and choose a guy that they want to have fun with, right? You're choosing to delay commitment. You're going to want that stable guy to come up, that good guy, that good man to come up and be a provider for you a little bit later on. They say, I'll get to you down the road, 10, 15, 20 years down the road. And a man, an actual man that's like, he's got a backbone, he's going to say, no, you chose to ignore me. You chose to disrespect me. Well, how was I disrespecting you? I was always nice to you. I was always cordial with you. Right. But you and I, we had a lot of talks, and you knew what was up. You knew I liked you, and I know you like me. But you got to talking to your friends, and Dante or Draymond or Jack or John came into town, and you just couldn't take your eyes off them. You just couldn't leave them alone. And so you said, I'm go down the road, Tim. I'm gonna focus on these brothers right here. I'm gonna focus on this dude right here. Let that man sweep you off your feet and do a little bit more than sweep you off your feet. Turn you upside down, flip you out a window, all that other stuff. And then at the end of the day, you're like, oh, well, you know, I'm ready to sit down, ready to settle down, ready to find a seat somewhere, have a baby. That's not gonna work. That's not gonna work. That's when accountability and consequences gonna hit you square in the face. You was out there playing around, and now you want Tim, the good guy, to come save you. Absolutely not.